Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back. Amy Luminary here. Today we're back again with the Spinalcraft Minecraft. So, yeah, glad to be back with Spinalcraft. It's been quite a while. In fact, I thought to pop in, what's going on, and of course, do another live stream. Haven't been done it in so long. Figured do a chill stream today and see how it unveils, as they say. Anyway, without further ado, everyone, there will be hellos from everybody, I'm sure, as I start the stream. So, welcome everybody. Hope you're doing well. We got Clifford Longhead as well as Light Gazer joining us. Welcome in. And I believe we got Trainer Mystic at the. Oh, yeah, it looks like Trainer Mystic's down there in the chat as well. Welcome in. And I believe that's everybody. So, welcome. I don't know if everybody is here on the chat yet. I know somebody had to do something. So, everyone says hello. Let Gager says that, I'm gonna take a shower of coffee, get ready for this, and we're live. We are live, yes. So I think you're here. Trainer Mystic says I exist. Who else we got here? Doing good. How about you, Matt? I'm doing good as well, guys. Thanks for asking, and thanks for asking, Cliff Longhead, for how I'm doing in that. So I'm doing well. You know, I was kind of a little bit kind of tied up, but you know, able to pull together a day stream again, which is nice. So, gonna kick off for here. First Spinalcraft stream of 2025, and 1 year since I joined Spinalcraft. Yeah, that's correct. You pretty much did that. Yeah, things have been very quiet in Spinalcraft Town, but we had actually something has been brought into my attention. May or may not hear about it during this stream. So be on the lookout for that, guys. In the future, there will be probably some changes, possibly for like my live stream, like Minecraft, Spinalcraft. The deal with that is, you know, there's things we were gonna do as a project. Again, I'm not getting too much detail yet. Yeah, there is going to be some possibly. Just so you all know, as a just kind of a friendly little update, it might be more medieval stuff. I don't know entirely how it's gonna roll out yet, but I do have some details. Just to kind of give you guys a tidbit of things in case you're wondering, like, whoa, like you're doing medieval builds, you know. So that's kind of why I wanted to share a tip, if you will. So I hope Lightgazer is here. He'd probably actually be able to explain better than I would, at least. I just rather give the tidbit of things because I don't want to explain the incorrect. I can VC if you'd like to help explain some of that. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. Hello, Lightgazer. I see you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we'll hop into VC. If you're cool with that, I'd be more than happy to. It's been a while. Last spoken on PC. Can you please join the... Yep, you know the drill. Never mind. Ah, hello.
Hello, Clifford. So, Clifford has a question before we begin. He's wondering what you were doing with all the paths.
So the path designs, I was originally gonna do something in like a dark black originally on the sides and for the top, or sorry, not the top, the inside of the path at least, I want something like lighter in color. I don't know the exact block.
So that's why. So, okay, so the paths are missing because he's in the process of changing them over, and well, to change them over, you kind of have to tear the old stuff up. I get it.
Which in this case, I haven't really done much of it yet. That was the reason why. But yes, I appreciate your concern with that. And welcome in, Trainer Mystic. That's no problem.
Hello.
Welcome.
Ah, I can't talk terribly too much.
Oh,
My
no worries.
my throat's.
Oh, I'm sorry to
I've
hear
I've
that.
had bronchitis since Christmas, and it ended right around New Year's, I want to say. Maybe a little after New
Ooh,
Year's. And then that got replaced with sinus infection, which just destroyed me more. And then that got replaced with a throat infection, which I still have. And that throat infection um, makes it hurt to eat,
yeah.
drink, or speak. I can cough all day without any problem whatsoever, but talking,
Hmm.
like right now, I'm in pain just trying to tell you I'm in pain.
Oh God, I'm terrible. That's sorry to hear that. I get well soon. I mean, regardless, that's terrible. Not
I
good.
am I'm trying.
Yeah.
I've been watching it over the past few days. There's this big red spot on the back of my throat. It's not getting
Ooh.
bigger, but it's also
Okay.
not getting smaller.
Do you
A
know if
red
it's
spot
like
means
it's strep
it's
maybe?
no, it's not strep because I had bronchitis, and
Okay.
bronchitis doesn't lead to strep. Um, but it's not growing either, and no one around me has caught it. So it's just like something's bothering it, but I don't know what. It'll go
Well,
away
you
sooner
know
or
if
later.
anyone close to you has been vaccinated for any type of like COVID or flu or
That's the thing. So bronchitis and COVID they're not the same thing, but they
no, they
are
can't.
very, very, very similar in what they do and how they operate. They're both going to cause you to cough. They're both going to cause you to have a fever. They're both going to cause you to have aches and sniffles and all kinds of respiratory problems. It's just like
Yeah.
it sucks, but they're not the same. And what's worse is you can get both at the same time. And if you do, you are going to be in the hospital for a long time.
And that's why I played it
Yeah, loss of
safe.
voice.
Lost the
Bronchi
voice. Yeah.
COVID will take away your sense of taste. Bronchitis generally won't, unless the bronchitis causes a sinus infection. The sinus infection will naturally bring sinus pressure, and that can take your sense of taste and smell. But
Hopefully, it doesn't get
COVID's
serious
almost
enough where
likely.
you'd see a doctor.
Now, so, that's what's my Christmas has been like. Um, how's yours? Um, while we're doing that, we're gonna go and check out the new place, and I'll give you a tour of some of the stuff I've done. Clifford, I will give you Fly once we get there, temporarily. I'm still hammering out the details with um, Linkaria about all the stuff, but it's pretty much going
Yeah.
to be whoever wants to be there can be there.
Right.
Um,
And then that's why I sent a very small message out because I wasn't 100% sure if you were present at the stream or not. You are, which I'm glad. I got flying. I assumed you teleport over.
I am at spawn.
Oh, at spawn. Bit since I've done this river spawn. Correct thing. I pressed the top one instead of the bottom. That was what it was.
All right. So I need game mode. No, not
So
game
the weird part of
dome.
speaking to being sick, I was very just mildly sick. That's the interesting part. It was like a 2 or 3 day thing, and I felt very good after. And then my brother got something. It might have been for me, and he got like really sick, and it was COVID. Uh, I guess
Sucks.
so. And he's like, "Did you get vaccinated?" And I said, "Yes, I did." But that's probably why. It may have been one of those targeted variants. That's and I stressed about it. I said, "You can." And don't be not afraid of needles. I understand people have anxiety, but
Bye, trainer mister.
get the shot if you can, because it's gonna help you.
So, the one we're going to take is Lincario.
Needless to say, you still can get sick if you have the shot. Obvious.
It's all right. So /E fly Clifford.
So I assume
Oh,
it's from fly modes.
I put it. All right, so you guys can fly now. So this is her castle. It's a work in progress. She just double jump.
It should be double jump slash fly, or does it
No,
automatically
he
work?
already has. Clifford already has it.
Oh, okay.
I'm temporarily giving it to you, and I will take it away after this turn. So this is Lincario's castle. Lincario has
Ooh,
spent months flattening this out, putting the grass out, lighting the place up, and starting to build all of this. It's still a work in
yeah.
progress.
See that? Wow, that's quite a big castle.
And I was just thinking, all the work Lincario's been doing, all the dwindling audiences or the dwindling peoples on Spinalcraft, like we have more people today than we did on Christmas.
Right.
Yeah. Um, which kind of hurts, but eh, eh. It is what it is. So I thought, rather than try to build a town like you have that wonderful luminary town. Loved it. I moved in because I thought I got had a feeling you were getting lonely and stuff. But and and I'm like, it's just Luminary and Clifford, really. No one else. Lincario, it's just Lincario. She's doing this wonderful castle, but there's no one else there. Monster Matt, he has this wonderful town. Almost no one there. So I'm just thinking, you know,
Same.
rather than do all these little towns and people like you who will make all these buildings, all these farms, all this stuff for an audience that just isn't there. Why don't we just pull all the streamers together and make a streamer town? Like we all
Yeah.
get along well enough, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
but
I'm
where to
nothing
put
against
it?
anyone. I have nothing, absolutely no reason from my. That's the thing.
And
I think it would
ri-
grow an interaction
see
at
some of
the
the
proper.
things.
Yeah,
And
something
then
like new avenues, I guess.
and then I got to thinking, or I got to thinking where to put it. Where to put Luminary? Where to put the streamer town? Like I could do it, but why me? Or why does it have to be around me? Why does it have to be around Luminary? Why does it have to be like where to put this town? And as I was touring the towns, I saw Lincario, and I'm just like, wait, you got a castle that's bigger than any other thing, and you're not even half done yet.
Like
You
no,
know, you know, you know something? I think that having a castle as a centerpiece and then just having some of the buildings and some of the streamer town stuffs around, not necessarily next to it, but like on the hill behind you right now, like
oh, oh
place
yeah.
some down here or place some stuff down the cliff face here where that town is, or
Wow.
around. It's just like it adds up all around the center, all around here, and you all can see each other's works and kind of enjoy it, so to speak. And then she was complaining about stone. about how much stone she needed, how she was burning through so much. So I went and did a little mini project. You see this road?
Yeah. See it that's attached here, yeah.
Okay. So, I may have done a thing. I may have done a thing. So, while I was thinking about that, she needed stone. So, don't smack the bees. Um,
I'm alone.
so I did what anyone does. I got a beacon. I set it up on bedrock where there was a lot of stone, and I started mining
Oh my
right here,
goodness. Wow, that looks crazy.
right
But
here.
damn,
In
that must have
fact, if
took
you
me
get close, you
forever.
might be able to see the beacon.
Uh,
So I started mining
yeah.
this out and started getting some stone. But I quickly needed a place to put all the stuff, the stone, the cobblestone, everything. So I
Yeah.
set up a little thing down here.
Oh, sense
You
of
can
a
check the
spot there.
chests if you want.
Oh, I'd be able to. Oh yeah. Oh geez, yeah. This is smooth stone. Well, I guess in one of them, or two of them. More than that, I would
Check the right
probably.
side or
They're
behind
all
you.
stone. Is it just regular cobblestone? So there's smooth stone and
It
regular cobblestone.
starts it starts here, it goes up, then up, then up, and then up like that. I don't know
Yeah,
why I had it that order, but I did. I also
yeah.
have some stuff in these chests too.
Which is tough. It's not my
Now,
tough end.
to make it more interesting, as I built this little storage den, I
Mm.
got to thinking, you know, this is like a little mining spot. So let's let's spruce it up a little. And I put this pavilion here, or this little camp here thingy, this like pillars, ceiling, whatever. And I thought, this is a mining expedition. Let's get some miners. So I got some armor stands. I got some armor. That armor is all enchanted. Check the barrel.
Which has brown shulker boxes.
And look at the pickaxe. It has
Oh,
torches. It has
oh
shulker
yeah.
boxes. It has a weapon, a shovel.
Iron
It has
shovel,
food. It has
darkness.
something to tell the time. It has something to show you your way. They're all decked out, ready to work.
Oh
And
wow,
not a
they are.
single one of these miners are even working.
Miners
I
Fortune. Yeah. See the name
They
up
all
here.
have efficiency 5
Yeah, they
and
do.
mending. What's
Great for
more,
my
it's
silk
more,
touch and all.
they got 3 beds there, and if you come down here,
Yeah.
there's 3 more here.
They're more. Oh, there's
6 miners, 6 beds. They got a place to cook their food, a tiny little place so that a few people can eat. But at the beginning of the day, it's off to work.
yeah.
So, after that, I thought, okay, okay. So they're working, but they need food, don't they? So I built a
Yeah.
little patch here, and I thought, what grows in the mountains? Oh, wild berries. That's the only thing that's going to grow in the mountains. So I fenced it up a little. I put some berries down, and I just thought, wait, you know something? These guys, these miners, they need water too. Like they get thirsty. So I build this.
Which is here. Huh.
What is that?
That looks like a well, if I'm not mistaken.
It is a well.
That's cool. I can
And
tell the way
then
it's pointing down like that.
And you got a little wheel thing here.
See the thing at the bottom.
Yep, a nice cauldron filled with water and all that good stuff. Then
Oh wow.
I thought, okay, it's shaping up. I got the pathway. I got this fenced area. They got water. They got food, but they need a way down. They need a way down into the pits.
Right.
Like they're
Yeah.
miners. Oh crap.
Oops. Yeah.
So I built this thing. It's an automatic elevator, theoretically. It's an
What?
automatic elevator, but this thing here is a wheel. Just in case something goes wrong, you can turn the wheel, which turns the gear, pulls up here, down, starts the winches, and this little elevator down here can raise and lower so that they could just get to the mining floor.
Oh wow.
So that they could do their job.
Yeah.
And when they're done, they can go up. And I was going to leave it at that until someone told me about, oh, you going to get conveyor belts or something? I said no. But then I got to thinking, this is a mining expedition.
Right.
A real quarry. I could do a little bit more than just this. Right?
Yeah.
So I built this, and I'm like, it's a lift, but what's going to pull it? Well, how about an industrial crane?
That's like construction.
An actual working construction crane.
Yeah.
And if you come down here, so the distance between this spot here and there, the center of that, is like 10 blocks or so, which is exactly the same as from here to about here is 10 blocks. So that thing, the crane, theoretically lifts that. Just watch, don't fly.
Oh.
It theoretically lifts and then moves and then lowers with the flat face right about here. And it's all like aimed, so everything. And now look, that's not all. Like, go ahead, come in.
Oh.
This isn't, you can't climb this, but what does it look like?
Kind of hard to tell. It's like one of those laddery things, like some construction person would go up on, right?
It's
or
like an
like...
industrial ladder, and it's specifically set up so that you can climb, but you can only climb to the next level. And if you fall, you don't fall very far, because eventually, when you get to the top, and you do get to the top, that's a long way down. That's a really long way down.
But yeah.
Then I got the crane. You got all these little switches to help theoretically move the lift, the lift. To move the lift up and down, to move the winch back and forth or up and down as you need to. And that's what this is for. Like, there's the winch. It can go backwards and forwards and up and down. And yes, I do plan on making it go down as I dig more and more down. And then this back part. Believe it or not, check out this back part.
Yes.
Those are iron blocks.
Oh, wow.
That thing is weighted. Like, this back part, because of all the iron, it's heavy. It's really heavy. more than heavy enough to offset whatever's on this lift, right?
Yes, right.
Now, as I was doing that, I thought, okay, so I got the cart. It's going to drop off all the materials here. Well, I thought about pulling them with horse and carts, and I was just like, no, that's not going to work. But have you ever worked manufacturing? You know what a forklift is, right?
Yeah, no, I've seen them before.
Right.
Fantastic.
The industry uses forklifts or high-lows almost everywhere, except here,
Yeah.
this is a quarry. A forklift doesn't necessarily suit this place, but something all manufacturing does is, or every workshop does, is they'll use the right tool for the job, but if they don't have a tool, they'll use what they can if it's efficient. So, like, they'll have a high-low push things if they have to, instead of using, like, carts or whatever. They'll just use a high-low and push it, or use a high-low and attach something behind it and have it pull it. So, I got to thinking, they're improvising. So, what could pull this cart? Well, what does that look like to you? It's easier to see from about here.
Yeah, well, the angle of it was that look. It kind of it reminds me of like a forklift, like something they build grates they go underneath, whatever.
Except that's not a forklift.
No, that's something different.
Because it doesn't have those long tongs in the front. It has
No,
something
right.
else.
Doesn't quite look like a forklift. I'm trying to think of the on different.
It's a bulldozer.
Bulldozer. Oh, a
It's
bulldozer.
a bulldozer.
Oh, yeah.
And it
The
fits
construction
because
vehicle.
a bulldozer
Yeah.
is basically like a slow moving, very, very powerful truck with a giant shovel.
Yeah.
And if you think about that, that's exactly the tool that you're going to need to be able to move all that stone around. And it's just big enough so that the lift could potentially move it to the quarry so it can move around. When you think of a mining operation, bulldozer is the right mission or the right vehicle for the job. And then once you realize that, it makes sense to have a bulldozer here,
Yeah.
you just attach a
True.
cart to it. And you see all these tracks?
Yeah.
Well, those tracks are here for a reason. Sometimes the bulldozer missed the mark and the dirt's dried up or whatever. But where it didn't miss the mark, where it constantly goes back and forth, you can see it's right here. And it rests right here
Yeah.
with the cart here, where it gets unloaded by hand, unfortunately, into a truck that I have yet to build, which should rest right here, take it down to the castle, or rather to a refinery that I haven't built. But we'll just say right now, they take the stone and the materials to the castle to help build the castle. But as I was building this, I was dealing with creepers and stuff. Oh, that's the other thing. You see this?
Yeah.
This here? This wasn't here before. This shelf here, this also wasn't here. That platform here stuff, or this like little cliff face here, this also wasn't here. I built that, and it looks natural.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see. They're like layering it, sort of making it look like real.
Other than the giant hole in the ground, the rest of it looks, realistic. That fox spawned naturally, and I just thought, that's a real neat addition. I'm just going to leave it there. As I was doing this, I got attacked by creepers. I had just finished the road, too. Oh, and Luminary Town now is a place where you can get these yellow frog lights, too, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I needed frog lights, so I I actually built an area to do that. So, as I was doing that, I thought, we could build a watchtower to help ward against attackers. But wait, no one attacks a mining camp. These are miners, not warriors. They have nowhere to hide. But do you want to know what they do want? They're going to want they're going to want to know when the truck's here. So I need to give them something for the truck. So I built this. Climb up the ladder. And you get a nice, neat little area.
Oh.
A little spot so that you could sit at a table, possibly a little company, a place that if you need to take a rest, you can, which I'll be doing. And a little mini fridge. And all you have to do is walk around, watch for the truck, and let them know when the truck's coming. Possibly keep an eye out on, everything else. Or if the truck's not coming, you can keep an eye on the mining operation. Whatever. But it's a lookout. And if something goes wrong, they can sound an alarm, but I need to build the alarm.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you have to fly to even get up there.
Yeah.
Because ladders suck. As I was building this, though, and after I built this nice road, okay?
Right,
I actually designed it. I like it. I really like it. I pushed back so much of the ground to try to make it look natural. There's going to be a refinery, a stone refinery, right? You're out of fly time? Hold on.
Oh, shoot, that's right, because there's a cap.
How about now?
Is it okay on your end now?
Can you fly yet?
Does that mean a no? Sometimes it does that when it's... We're just trying it. Oh. Now you can? Might be just the thing on your end. Sometimes that happens to me.
Maybe. Nothing's perfect. I'm not going to worry too much about that.
Right.
So these lampposts, after I was building this road, these lampposts, well, it took a lot to design them, but they weren't enough to light the road, so I needed to fake in these things.
Oh, yeah, the block lights off a lot of it.
Check this block out. That black and gold block right in the center.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. That's a rare block. I mean, not like super duper rare, but getting it's a pain. You only find that in one place in the entire game. Nether bastions. Yeah, fighting all those piglins is a nightmare. But it looks good. It looks real good. And as I was building this, and even down here.
Yeah, the
evil ones. Check this out.
Flying
Wait,
down.
where'd you go?
Oh, I was flying down the road. I lost sight of you. Oh, you're
I'm
up
back.
there. Oh, I thought you went back more.
No. Like here.
Ah.
I pulled the caves. Nope, behind you. I pulled the caves back. I moved the mountain down. I put these little structure supports here. All to support the build, or all to support the bridge. And if you come up, you'll see that the road looks like road right until you get to this bridge. But the bridge don't look like a bridge. Or the bridge don't look like a road. It looks like it belongs with the road, but it's very clearly not,
right.
The normal road. because it's a bridge. You can't build a bridge just like you do a normal road.
Right. Well, yeah,
Then
that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
as I was doing that, and I was thinking, this is great. Now, Castle Lincario has
Yeah.
all the stone it needs, although it still needs to be processed. It
Right.
has all the stone it needs. And I got to thinking, after building all this, I used so much wood building this. That logging camp needs so much wood, and it's gonna need more. Like, you don't just need wood and then never need it again. No, it's an ongoing process with your daily needs. Like, you need more and more wood. So they're gonna need a way to get wood. And I was flying around. I was like, I can't just turn these cherry trees into a lumber yard. That's like a crime against nature. And I kept flying because it can't be too far. And then I ran into this place. I was like, oh, these are nice trees. There's a lot of trees. I should grow more. And there are trees down there where the mud is, but I'll get to that in a sec.
Oh,
And look around here. You tell me what this is.
this looks like a kind of like a village, or almost kind of. It reminds me of a village area.
Like a forestry logging camp
Yeah, when I see villagers and
with this
people.
giant saw that's right here.
Oh yeah.
Or with this giant logging saw that goes back and forth to cut this giant tree into pieces, and it's only halfway through this first log here.
Oh yeah.
And then you got an axe here that's splitting the logs.
Hello, welcome into the stream, Princess Peach's #1 fan, a Taylor Swift girl. Welcome in.
So you have an axe splitting the wood. So the miners will come, take the axe, chop the wood down into smaller chunks, and then bundle them up here, or bundle them up in the small little spots where they can take a small truck and carry it to the road, which I ran out of time. I haven't built it. I've been working at this for like days, and then I just got sick, and nothing happened once I started getting sick.
Streaming Jamboree at midnight, B2W. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the time zones. I understand.
Aww.
Well, I'll see what'll happen. I don't want to make any promises for later, but what I can do is I do another day stream again. I will not.
Jamboree's a fun game.
I'll give it.
I'm
I'll give
very
it
happy
that.
with what they did for it. There's a now
I do
this furnace
understand.
and those chests. That furnace and those chests are all going to go away.
Right.
If you come in here, now they're all Fletchers, to be sure, but I'll be honest. That looks like the right attire. Well, almost like the right attire for, woodcutters, if that makes sense. All the leather and stuff. It looks right. And then you got the chef and his little assistant back here doing all the cooking. And they still have their breakfast on the table.
Oh wow. Oh, I like the little cute
Yeah.
ideas, frames. I remember doing something similar to that. Actually, this was a long time ago I did that. I did it as a menu board at one point when I built a McDonald's. A long time ago.
That's a good idea, too. There was enough villagers here that this guy spawned. And you remember how I got that mending villager up to the cliff face back in Luminary Town? Guess what I did here? Same thing. So, they sleep in there, then they come here to eat their breakfast or whatever. And then they get to work, theoretically. And if they ever need to use the bathroom, well, ignore the fences. Please ignore the fences, because
Don't want them
they
to-
get stuck without the fences. If they ever need to use the bathroom,
I think it's like an
it's
outhouse.
stinky down there.
Yeah, I see that.
It's stinky. Yes, I dug down like 10, 15 blocks and placed a bunch of mud there.
Okay.
It's stinky.
Or it's like a shed a bit. Yeah, like a stink shed.
Pretty much.
Sure. The way you could put it as.
I don't know how to make that better for them, but they got the stuff for their logging camp. They got something to cut the big trees down, or the big trees up. They got the axe to cut the when they take the big tree and they cut it into small chunks like this, they can take those small chunks and cut them into even smaller chunks. And look at what they've done to the landscape already. All these, like, tree stumps everywhere. All this well-traveled woods. It's like, you have all this beautiful forest everywhere. And then you have this. Like, they've been at work. I also need to put down some, like, long logs just lying down on the ground, like felled trees or something.
Mudslides.
Not necessarily a mudslide. I was going for, like well-beaten or well-traveled paths, and then rain happened, and it just got muddy, and it was just like, oh great. Well, that's what happens when you don't take care of your stuff. But
right.
They got their wood thanks to this.
Right.
I don't think this needs any buildings, but I do think it needs a few more, like, long trees just lying around, like they've been at work or something. They also need equipment. Like, I need to put some diamond axes here and there to make sure that they have work. I also need to enchant some diamond axes and stuff. After this, I was going to make 2 more buildings, though. But this is not right now because I've been at this. There's going to be a not like a street like what's there, not one of those streets, but like, you know, a dirt path that you could cart some things
right
back to the road where you could potentially load a truck or something. 3 things. Oh, that's another thing. You see this cliff face here?
Yeah.
With the dripstone and stuff?
Dripstone, yeah.
That was actually like right about here is where it ended.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I had to... Oh, hi, you.
Well, there's a zombie there, yeah. Probably on fire with the...
So I had to pull back the cliff face. Not a problem. Pull back the cliff face, terraform more. This whole thing was just flat. Like, completely flat. So I had to pull it down, make it look natural, pull it out, pull more out, and just pull this out. Because some parts of this path weren't straight. Some parts were a little crooked. Some parts were just weird. But I didn't necessarily want to make it one flat road. Like, it looked like it needed to be natural. So I had to pull the cliff face up and terraform it down a little bit. So it was actually higher than this. Now it's lower, but wider. And I'm actually impressed that I did this. But I ran into a thing where I needed copper. And I needed it to be a certain color. So I picked up beehives. Lots of
Oh yeah,
beehives.
there's tons. Honeybee.
I went and silked a bunch of beehives and then placed a bunch of flowers here.
Sweet beehive.
Um,
We got a real beehive, believe it or not. Okay.
oh no. Wait, a beehive or a wasp nest?
Oh no, a honeybee, like an actual honeybee
Okay.
nest. Like there's like a lot of them in.
Okay. Good.
Anyway,
Yes, bee's nest, not bee's hive.
yes, no,
Um,
which is good.
so here I need to build a suspension bridge. This is too wide to make just a normal, uh, you know, a normal bridge, and this looks ugly. I need to get rid of this. I can't do what I did in Luminary Town, but it needs a
Different
suspension
idea.
bridge. This is
Yeah.
way too wide, and I can't just make a pillar that falls down.
Ooh, it's dark
Like
down
that. That's just not gonna work. No, it's just not. So a suspension bridge is what's going to be needed. Um, the other things I need to build are I need down the cliff face somewhere. I'm gonna need to probably down here, right here. I'm going to be building a a a cabin sorta ish thing.
Oh, yeah.
And that cabin-ish thing is going to be supplying like a pig farm. I think a pig farm. And then I'm going to be building another a windmill somewhere.
Because I had a
And
windmill on
that's
my.
going to be supplying all these people with their food because you can't survive on berries.
Right.
They need food. So, naturally, a pig farm sounds right up their alley. Along those lines, I'm also going to have to build a warehouse. A warehouse probably right here, or I don't know. I need to find a place where I could build a warehouse where it doesn't look massively out of place. And right here, right here is nice and flat. Once I pull this spot right here, if I pull this down, and it only needs to go down a little, I'll have a nice flat area where I could set up a like a foundry sort of thing where it can take all the stone and ores from the refiner or from the quarry, and it could take the stone and it'll have or the ores get melted down, or the gems like lapis, emerald, and diamonds, those will get just kind of polished, and I'm gonna have a section for polishing them. Um, the rest or the metals, those are going to be melted down, and there's going to be a mold, like quote molds, to cast them into blocks, and then the stone. There's going to be two operations for the stone, and it's all going to be located right around here. The two operations for the stone is one is going to be the easy way for stone. If you have a large, think about a castle, okay? The
Right.
castle's made of stone. Here, we'll go to the castle, actually,
Yeah.
so you can actually see. So you can actually see and visualize what I'm thinking. All right. So you see this castle. You
Right.
see all these bricks, these stone bricks, right?
Yeah. Right.
Stone does not naturally form into bricks. So it's only going to happen one of two ways, or one of three ways, actually. The first way is when you get stone, all right, when you think in the real world, piles of stone, you see like giant piles of stone, like giant rocks, whatever, and you're obviously thinking bricks. However, in the real world, you have piles of stone, just giant boulders and tiny little pebbles, or you have tiny little rocks ranging anywhere from bits of gravel, like tiny stones, to sand, which is even smaller,
Yeah.
to giant rocks and everything in between. All that is stone.
Yeah.
So to get that stone into this stone, you got to do it one of three ways. You either take the big bricks and you literally cut them into smaller bricks. That is the easy thing to do, but you need big chunks of stone to do it, meaning you're taking a big thing and cutting it down into a smaller thing, into shape, which is one way to do it, but it only works one way. The second way is really hard to do. It can be done, but it's really hard to do, and most people just don't do it. Like, while it's possible, it's so expensive. You can melt the stone down into a liquid, and then take that liquid, which is all going to be a liquid stone, and put that into a mold, and cast that into the mold. Let it cool down, and remove the mold. The problem with that is, well, stone melts at 1500 Celsius, or 2000 Celsius or something like that. Okay, it's crazy, and for the most part, when you start thinking temperatures that hot, thank you, Clifford. When you start thinking temperatures that hot, most metal has already melted by then. So you got to use tungsten, which you just don't do. Anyways, long story short, that second way, casting them into molds, not feasible. Like, that's so expensive, it's not practical to do. You are not getting giant tungsten molds. Like, that's not practical for you to be doing when you can just cut stone. But there is a third way. The third way is you can take rocks, grind them into small or really small rocks, which, they're already too small for you to use for stone. You can grind them into small rocks, mix them with a little sand, mix them with a little water, mix them with a few other things, and you can get concrete. Then you take that concrete, and assuming you didn't cast it into that concrete can actually be poured into other molds, and then it will harden. You can remove it, and if it's not in the correct shape, you can easily cut that down into shape, or you can cast that into multiple molds, almost like you could take the concrete and pour it into 1,000 molds that are just the correct size and shape, or 1,000 different molds, all made of stainless steel or something, that are all in the correct shape of bricks. Hello, Michelle Kinman.
Hey.
Kinman.
That's my girlfriend. Hello, welcome in. Or my GF for short. Anyway.
So, if you take them into concrete, which is not hard to do at all, you can cast them into molds. And then take those bricks and bring them here.
Right.
And honestly, stone and concrete aren't that different. So it's just like, you could do both ways and cart them here. Just not that second way where you actually melt stone. You're not doing that. You're just
Sorry,
not.
not laughing at you. It's just this hopper rapid is like... Sorry. I couldn't stop. I couldn't help but laugh. It looked funny, that's all. Just stuck in one spot. It is not moving anywhere.
I see.
Oh, never mind. It moved.
Now.
Anyways.
So,
Poor
once
buddy.
that's done, once the refinery is done, and the warehouse, and the food thing, I think I'll be all set. with what I've done now, the street, the logging camp, the quarry, the guard tower, all that stuff, all of it, literally all of it is for this castle, to give story to this castle. But literally all of it is 100% unnecessary. Like, you don't need any of it for Minecraft. You don't need a giant mining operation for a quarry. You just need a beacon at Bedrock and a couple of pickaxes and a couple of shulker boxes. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't need a massive mining operation or an industrial crane that doesn't move, or a logging camp that's, has a giant axe that's bigger than some people's houses. What? Like, you don't need any of it. And yet it's all there solely to add story to this castle, to the existence of this castle. To build this castle, literally all of that stuff was made. And then as I was doing that, I got the idea, I'm glad I'm doing this. It'll give her castle purpose. But wait, maybe I should put a house here and help her out too. Wait. I've been thinking about this centralized streamer town, and we got a castle here. I'm doing all that work just to give this castle, quote, existence. You know? Why don't I talk to her and Luminary and Berg and everyone else about just making a centralized streamer town around this? Like, they do what they want to, an audience can join them or not, but even if no one joins them, we have each other. Like,
That's
we
true.
have all of this, and we can build off of it. What more do we need?
Like, to expand off it. Unreal.
So I was just like, I pitched the idea to Lincario, and she was like, okay. She'll have to roll her head around the idea that anyone can join, that there won't be a restriction anymore. But,
right.
There's no need for a restriction, honestly. We're all decent people.
No, of course. And if there's anything at all that has to be, you're specific.
If someone grieves, I'm getting rid of them. Otherwise, like the situation that happened in the other town where we remove them, then unremove them, ban them, unban them, like that's just, we're not doing that. No. So you'll be you, Berg, Monster Matt, all of yous will be somewhere around here, staying the hell away from my mining operation.
Right.
Like that entire countryside over there
like
is
it's owned by that. As like,
don't. Like, if you could think of something that'll add value to that story, go for it. But for right now, I just got to do it.
Right.
Anyways, that's what I've been up to on Spinalcraft. I've been doing all that since the last time you streamed Spinalcraft. None of that existed. It does now.
That's a.
So,
last week.
November, early November? December, somewhere around there.
I would guess roughly. Forgot when the last time probably before.
It was before Christmas, but not terribly too far before Christmas. Anyway, if you want to move in here, you're welcome to. She'll be delighted to see you do something medieval, but it doesn't necessarily have to be something medieval. Like, yes, this castle is medieval, but you want to know what isn't medieval? You want to know what flippin' isn't medieval?
which
Like
is
she
over
has this
here.
giant vampire style dark themed castle, and you're going to be building a medieval small house or small house, medieval house, whatever. You want to know what isn't medieval? This, this thing, that thing, that isn't medieval. I'd love to see you have a giant industrial crane in medieval times.
I mean, that's yeah. It's like more like, yo, are you building like a like what's the deal? Like when I first look at this, I'm like, okay, this looks like a construction site, you know? But
Oh, it sort of
it
is,
sort of is,
but
I guess.
like a construction site and a mining site, they're not terribly too different. And a
No.
crane is the right a tool for the job for something like this. Like you do need something to be able to put down heavy machinery. And as you can see, it's already loaded up and the bulldozer's on its way.
Yeah,
Like
which I could see
like
you
these
you were saying
blocks
a bit
here weren't for
earlier.
show. Or weren't just, I forgot them. No, I actually placed them down solely to be like, oh, hey, we loaded them up. Oh, oh, right. Oops, maybe we brought up too much here. Oops.
Oh
But,
wow.
like, there's ores here. There's blocks. Although I probably should get these blocks out because if the ores are going to be processed, then they probably don't have solid blocks yet. But like they got the different stones, they got regular stone, the tough, the cobblestone, the black stuff. They got ores, and it's all loaded on the cart, which is being pulled by the bulldozer. I'm happy with this. And if you sit in the cockpit, you could just barely see past um the shovel part. I'm really, really happy about this. Um I'm very glad I built this. And even though it took a while, even though it's completely, absolutely unnecessary, I'm very happy about this. Oh, one more thing. Before I um, let you. Strange, my throat hasn't hurt. It hurt when I first started, but it doesn't
Oh,
hurt now.
have you been drinking water? Like lemons?
Wow. So, do you see these torches?
True. Anyway, yes.
Torches actually represent the area for the beacon. The
Oh,
beacon stretches out to this far, which means this is only halfway full. Now, I do have something else to show you. So I'm going to warp to Luminary Town,
right?
and I'll bring you both here
Okay.
after I get straight to the
Oh, for this spawn.
town center. Oh, I did see um, your Christmas tree. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, I decided to do some little festivity just to give uh sparkles something.
Okay.
Anyway.
So there is something else I want to show you, and it involves here. So let me just quickly set it up.
Uh,
So that's done. Now to do the same thing in cobble. Don't mine it just yet. Okay. Now, where'd you go?
I'm
All right. Now, Clifford. Um, I'll let you, or I'll let, I'd let you do it, except Luminary is the one with the camera.
right.
Actually, Clifford, pick one. Luminary can do the other.
Sure.
Where is the thing? There it is.
So I take it you're
You
pointing
want the
at
wood?
that.
Okay. Now, take this. Hold on, Clifford.
That was 1
Take
second.
this temporarily. It's an efficiency 5 diamond axe. Mine the wood.
Yeah.
So Luminary can see it.
Like mine it as you would, like pressing the...
Okay, so you all can see him mine, or see Clifford mine, and you see how it works, how an efficiency 5 axe works. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, your turn, Luminary. Take that, which is an efficiency 5 pickaxe, mine the
Right.
cobblestone while I rebuild. You can keep the wood. All right, so you
Oh,
saw how
yeah.
that worked and
Right.
um how it was an efficiency 5 is kind of nice,
It's
right?
not bad,
Like it gets the job done. Now, part of the skill-based gaming center, they have a few toys. I'll take that back. Okay. So they have a few new toys.
Well, welcome in, Light Blue Yoshi fan. Welcome to stream.
Welcome, Light Blue Yoshi fan. Now, Clifford, I'm going to give you the new axe that came straight from the skill-based gaming center. And I want you to mine this center block here. None of the others, just the center.
Like it's like instant. It's like gone completely. Few seconds.
You do the same. Mine the center one.
Oh jeez. It's like gone. Holy crap. That is
I'll be
crazy.
taking those back.
Yeah.
So
Oh
those
my
are the
god.
tools from
Wow.
the skill-based gaming center. They
Yeah.
mine a 3x3 area centered on the block that you have. The problem, they can't be enchanted, which means you can't put mending on them. They
Right.
also can't, so to repair them, because eventually you're going to get to prohibitive costs with diamonds.
Oh
To
boy, yeah.
repair them, you need to put them on a grindstone. And like once the durability of it goes to a sliver or whatever, and it only has like no durability left, if you keep using it, it'll break, and you don't want that. But you
No,
could,
no.
but in your case, since you were using the pickaxe, you could take another diamond pickaxe, a freshly made diamond pickaxe, take the two pickaxes to a grindstone, take the top pick, or take the skill gaming center's pickaxe on the top. Take the sacrificial pickaxe on the bottom. And the sacrificial pickaxe will then feed the skill-based gaming one, completely restoring its durability so you could use it again. But it doesn't. It can't be enchanted. It also can't be upgraded to netherite either. So it's just like, dang.
And
Dang. But it's really useful for things like cobblestone. Or if you want to... Here. Come on. Fly up here. I'll show you. I'll show you something here.
trees.
So these trees, okay? You've seen this, and you probably wondered what they were. I'm gonna go to game mode 0, E fly, no, fly. Okay, so I'm perfectly angled down. I keep going until I hit the wood. I build up until I reach there. Now, watch.
On like a square. You get the bottom. It's
That's not all. Like, I had it set up exactly like this.
right.
So that I could just do it again.
Oh.
And since I'm already at the highest point, I just build up until all the wood around me, always keeping an eye on my durability.
Wow. Yeah.
Because it's, it can go away real fast, and you don't want them to break because these things, they cost 1,500 tickets each.
Oh,
You don't want to waste 1,500 tickets. It takes forever to get 1,500 tickets. But in less than 3 minutes, or in less than 2 minutes, actually. Oh, the price for another slip is 5,000, not 1,500.
Oh, for the slips?
There. Where I know you picked up some of the wood.
Oh, Clifford made. Oh, did
And you could keep it. So, Luminary, where are you?
I'm up above. Behind Jess.
Mode. And
Oh yeah.
And in less than 2 minutes,
That's like way more than what I could basically carry, but I can.
less than 2 minutes, I picked that stuff up.
Which is considerably a lot.
9
like more than my
stacks
inventory.
of wood.
Argumentatively. Stacks of wood. More than what, like a. Ooh.
Way more. It's
like
it's
5
just
or 6 stacks of wood. I'm counting all.
It was 9. Now, it does use durability even in creative. But I can assure you, I'm not. I'm not. Nothing I do is in creative. I wanted to show you some of the special tools that are only available in the skill-based gaming center. Now, if you're just mining a little stone or whatever, those pickaxes, shovels, and axes aren't what you want to do unless you're specifically going after diamonds or something. They are not what you want to do because they can't be enchanted, which means they don't have unbreaking, which means they only have 1,000 durability. So
They can get worn out. Like just what I've done here brought that axe from full durability to less than half. Yeah, no mending. So it's like repairing them is a pain in the butt. You need diamonds. I mean, what are you going to use diamonds on? I don't know, but you need diamonds. So it's just like, uh, uh. So it's interesting to have, and if you
Right.
want to get them, you can, and they're really handy for mining a bunch of deep slate or cobbled deep slate or something. But I wanted to show you. Those were the two things that I really wanted to show you: the story for Lincario Town and the setup for the new streamer collab stuff, whatever.
Right.
Like, I know Monster Max is going to be eventually be there. I will personally help move some of his stuff there. I know Linkario's already there. I plan on you being there, Berg being there, possibly what is his name? Triviality. And it's like, if people are there, great. If not, we have each other. All right, it's not going to be the super lonely fest or whatever that it's been, but I'm not going to lie.
It's true. It's been
those millions of people. You're streaming right now. How many people have joined other than Clifford?
That's the sad part, is that like there was people in my town, but they just never came back. They're like, yeah, built a. Like, look, I get it. People have lives, but I see they might.
Yeah,
that's can't be just me.
That's the sad reality of Minecraft, and it's all because we're not Bedrock. We're not the Better Together update, and I'll be perfectly honest. I will be absolutely perfectly honest. Oh no. Someone grieved. I wonder who it could have been. I would get out of the hole. Radius 10 time. Gee. Oh look. Oh look. It's done. I wonder who it could have been. Look up radius 10 time. Oh, I see a guy named Lightgazer placed it exactly 57 seconds ago. Lightgazer placed TNT. Lightgazer, you got some explaining to do. Anyways, all of that you can't do on Bedrock. And on Bedrock, with all those people, do you know how often I see someone just like setting fire to someone else's torch, or someone just coming to this nice Christmas tree, and you're like, it's Christmas. I love it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Or purposely burns it, or just causes damage. No tree left by the time you get back on.
And worse, you don't know who did it.
No, he would. That's why the number one reason why I am no longer doing this is like a while ago when
Hold
I
on.
gave up on
It's fixed. I was able to do that.
right.
And I could find out exactly who did it, when, punish accordingly, and they could spend hours, days doing this. With just a few lines of code, I can undo their literal everything. I've had a lot of satisfactions in my life. The best satisfaction I've had was playing Spinalcraft and taking a troll who wanted to sit there and troll people, burn people's houses down, grief them, and
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
you wasted a week of your life grieving people. I spend 1 minute and your literal everything is gone. Well, you can't fix all the stuff. Pretty sure I just fixed that tree. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure I can undo everything that they've done and then ban them and know exactly who it is. No guessing games, no anything. Bedrock can't do that. And yet, that's where everyone is, and it sucks. So, and for that, I am sorry. I don't have a solution because when you look at the ban list, because I don't know if you two have read the devlog, but as of the recent update to Minecraft, you notice that you're not using the current version because we haven't updated it to it yet.
No, right. I've
People have been sick and all. Um,
oh,
and and the thing is, Bedrock must always be on the current version. And like you said, the people who come, they don't stick around. And when you look at a lot of the griefers or stuff, over 90% of them are Bedrock players. Over 95% of all the Bedrock players will um they either don't want to play or they'll log on, see no one else on and leave, which, it happens. How many times have you logged on and been like, "Oh, no one's here. Well, I don't really want to be by myself, so I guess I'll just leave." Um, like that's the thing. Or they'll just come in, be like, "Oh, ha, a server I don't care about. Let's grieve it," and get banned almost immediately. So it's like we made the decision in the dev blog. Bedrock support won't be continued as of the last update. So no Bedrock player can join right now, which kind of sucks. But
it is
it's
when
like they weren't joining anyway. So it's no real big loss, but we're no longer a Bedrock compatible server, which hurts more. And it's just like, you know, the streamers who do play, I like them. They like me. We're all good buds. If they have friends who want to join, they can join. Why don't we all just build a town rather than try to build some great luminary town where a bunch of viewers just aren't going to be there or be there once? Like, I'm picturing Luminary Town in my head while I'm in Luminary Town. Why don't we just take a quick look? Yes?
yeah.
We got the lava dump. It's free to use. You remember building it. We got the nether portal. We got the lava gen that Clifford made here. It looks nice. Thank you for doing that. We have all these other houses. We have the house. Who built this?
Okay. So Callum also knows Callum C.
Yeah, almost a year ago now. Callum built this. It burned down and no one even noticed. Aurora. Aurora was here a while ago, but it was it was like these people, they're not here. They're ghosts. I miss them. You miss them. Twisted J, same thing. I imagine it's sort of the same thing with what's Turner Mystic.
Yes, that's his house
So
down there.
I'm like, that's nice. I'm glad they do that. And you built all that farm. You built it to feed everyone.
They
I'm
did. It was
happy. You remember
farm.
doing it. You spent multiple streams doing it. Clifford has Clifford's house here. Moved in from what's his name? When Final Play no. Aaron W Gaming actually played on Spinalcraft, but doesn't. And you got the horses, or you got the horse and stable. I remember you doing that. Like, all that was fun. And all of this for an audience that just isn't here,
That's
that
true.
almost doesn't care.
That's the sad part.
And I'm like, that's heartbreaking to see.
Like, there's even houses down here that have never been touched. Like, okay, that's great about the fishing area, but then I see houses that are
Like, that looks like a really nice start to a house right here in the cliff face.
yeah, bad. And I don't recall who it was.
That's Heartless's, actually.
Oh, okay.
That explains it. That's Heartless's. You have all of this. And then I just like a community town. It's not going to be like we're going to have a lot of people there. But like you're still on Spinalcraft today. Clifford, same thing. Like, you've been here a year. You're actually here despite almost no one else being here, because I'd like to think you enjoy, at least when you're here, you halfway enjoy it, or halfway enjoy being around Luminary.
Right.
Lincario, she's not building that castle for nothing. Like, she wants it to be able to stick around. Berg, same thing. He has his mural. He actually likes having his memories. And I was just thinking, y'all stick around. Even if no one else is here, y'all are here.
Got
What's
each other.
stopping us from just building a town just for us? If friends want to join us, great. We're not going to have that town limit thing. If you're going to build a big house, like if you're going to build a big giant house, don't build it right here. Go
Yeah.
over here and build it. Build it a little ways away so that we can enjoy it from the town, but it's not going to, stop a road or something. Okay?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Like out of the
I'm,
way. Yeah.
I'm not
That way.
worried about like a build limit. I'm not worried about oh, you want to build a giant castle? Oh, wait, what's that? You want to build a giant castle? Let's imagine that there is, like, you want to build a giant castle? Okay. You know what? You know what? There's this cliff face right up here, right past the windmill. There's this giant area of rock sitting right up here. I lost you. TV. Oh, there's Clifford. There you guys are. There's this giant area just past what would be a road. Nice and flat on top of a hill. You want to build a castle? Build it right here. Like, I don't see a road there. Everyone else can just build around. It's
Yeah.
not in one of the super central districts, but it's not enough room. Yeah, it also doesn't need to be built in the center of town. Like, we're not that picky, but you say a giant castle, I think probably a structure that doesn't need to be in the center of town. Right? Right?
No. Right.
Okay. Like, we all know that. Like, it doesn't have to be, like, right there. It doesn't have to be crazy far away. Just respect a little bit of a boundary. You want to build a windmill? Build a windmill. Build stuff around the windmill. Just find a place that's kind of out of the way that's not going to interfere with the road. Okay? It's not that bad. And that's pretty much what we'd be doing. Like, we're all friends. We're not going to get crazy angry. We're not going to worry about districts. We're not going to worry about that. If we want to try to stick to a theme, we can. If not, no biggie. It's not that big of a deal. You want to bring friends? You want to make your own rules? Go for it. All right? We're friends. We respect each other. I can't do what I want. Don't worry about it. Okay? We're friends here. That's pretty much it. And it's like, you know, that's what Minecraft's about. Like, all those people who want to come in on Bedrock and only want to be here for a day. All those people who just want to build a quick house. Like, whose was this?
On the corner.
Oh, that is Trainer Mystics. Trainer Mystic can come and finish it or something. Or Callum can finish his build. Or whoever built this. Twisted. Twisted can come and finish his build. Like, I'm not holding it against them. That's only going to make people sad. But, like, we're friends. I'm not saying Minecraft's dying. I'm not saying Spinalcraft's dying. I'm saying, you know what? I'm tired of ghost towns. I'm tired of people just, all of these people who want to play Minecraft with me only come in for a day and then leave or something after a week or something. If that.
And then you see I do all this hard work and why isn't anyone I'm doing the talking, commenting long and then talking
To an empty room.
basically.
And exactly. And then like, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of y'all feeling like that. At least here, if this were like your house, Clifford's house, my house on the mountain, Berg's house about where your star, on the mountain next to your star, Lincario's castle down there, like, that'd be fine. If we had our communities come in, great. If not, we're friends building our own town. We don't really need anything else, do we? We're doing our own thing. We're happy doing it. And until we decide we don't want to stream Minecraft no more, well, I'll still be here regardless. And yes, Clifford, your stables looks great. And it was more lively on launch. We did a lot of work to try to make the launch work. And I did a lot to try to promote it. I think I've spent several $100s just to spread the word. And it only worked so well. Look where that got me. I think I personally gave who was it? I think I gave Tom. Leo and his second in command $150 just to come and say hello on Spinalcraft. They never did. And I'm not holding it against them.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're friends. I'm not going to hold something like that against a friend. And if they come and join us, great. If not, oh well. We got each other, right?
Yeah.
So that's the idea for this next and very likely to be last Streamer Town. If we move it because, you know, it feels like things got stale. That's the only reason why we move it. Lincaria would be devastated to lose the castle, but it's not going anywhere. yet things are stale. You can only do so much, you know? So, what do you say? You want to be a part of that? Clifford, you want to be a part of that?
I have nothing against that. I'd say yeah. I wouldn't be opposed at all. It's something that that
Okay.
if I get that typical friend, they'll be like, "Oh no, why aren't you in?"
I am going to put in a rule that if you're not online, or if you're not going to build or if you're here and you build something, this doesn't really apply to you guys. It applies to the people who may come on your streams. If you come in and first you obey all rules of Spinalcraft, they're not hard. Don't be dumb. Don't grief. Don't sit there and whine. And if you come in, you build something like uh like this, a half-built house, but you don't come back for what was this? Uh Almost 300 days ago? So 10 months? You if you're not back in like 10 months, your house that you started might not actually be there when you come back. We might not want a rundown shack in the middle of town. Like, we don't want a town of ghosts. We'd rather have a town of just a few of us than 20 people, 20 unfinished buildings. Yeah, we did that. We got lots of Luminary towns that are just like that. So, we're not doing that again. Anyways, that was the idea. I'll hammer out more of the ideas with Linkario, and it should be fine. If you want to bring things over, you can. If you want a fresh start, you can do that too. Legacy is the one before, you have Legacy, Ascension, and Horizon. You two do not have access to Legacy. Legacy is only there for people I need to show a few things to, or people who are there. Believe it or not, Iceberg Mike at the Thunder Palace has access to Legacy. He legitimately does.
Yeah, I believe it.
He was the first streamer, and he had a town on Legacy.
Yeah.
Take a wild guess and people did join him for all but 2 weeks, and then they stopped playing because they got upset for him because it wasn't his server. They wanted him to have his own server. Well, that didn't work out so well for them. I digress. That's my plan, and I'm sorry it took almost 2 hours to both show all of that and tell you guys that. So what would you like to do with what little time there is left? Because I imagine you only wanted to go for 2 hours.
2 to 3 hours ish. But I'm glad that you spoke up about everything. Honestly, that's the whole thing. All this information, like, I wouldn't quite know unless I was in the loop, right? So, for everyone to hear it, including myself, that way they can understand, like, wait, why are you spawn? What is? Then they'll start to know.
I think spawn is going to be right around where Linkario Castle is, because it's just too huge to not be a centerpiece. I'm not saying Monster Man's not going to have other things. I'm not saying you're not going to have other things, but I'm saying I see a giant castle. A giant castle that you spent terraforming months with stone pickaxes and stone shovels to get. I'm saying we're putting it right there. We got Monster Matt's town and all his good stuff. I'll probably move some of the stuff over there, or some of his stuff over here, and try to place it right. and I will inform him that I moved some of the stuff or copied it, and it's likely going to be the last move. Where I'm like, if General X wants to make another server, that's great. I'm sticking on Horizons because I'm putting my foot down. I'm not moving again. This is where my friends are. We're not moving until we're ready to have a damn new town. And until we're ready, we're sitting right there. So, what you want to do with the remaining town, or with the remaining time, or did you want to just call it early and give some time to think about it? Because I know what I've said, like what I've dominated your stream thus far, is a lot to think about.
Oh no, it is, and
By the way,
it,
Clifford, turn around. Turn around.
not sure. I think you can hear us. Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Or stand right there. Don't move. Hey, Luminary. Come here. Come here. Come here. Nope, nope, nope. Clifford,
Oh,
don't turn around. Luminary, come here. Check that out.
which is the cave?
Check out that cape. That sweet, sweet swag Clifford's got. He's the only one of us that has it.
Pretty cool.
Check it out. I think you might still be able to get one if you wanted to. Clifford has all the details.
I see.
I don't know if it's still active or not, but that is one sweet cape.
Oh, the
I've
bedroom.
been waiting to show it off on live stream.
I see. Well, the only, I guess, the I don't know, valuable. I mean, the most of the town is. You mentioned the whole ghost. I wouldn't be concerned about that. That shit. They're fence. They're fine. Not gonna again. I'm not gonna penalize them. All this build is the garbage or whatever. But
I don't
replaced
like
to another
boxes.
area. You know what I mean?
I really don't like boxes. And each one of us can do better than a box. Like, even this. Like, this, in the grand scheme of things, is a box. But, I see work done.
Yeah.
While this is a box, I can live with this box. I really can. It looks better than a box.
This plan.
Lexi might actually come back. She might.
It's been a very long time. Uh, they volunteered to join in, and I was like, "All right, well,
I'll have to stop by her stream and talk to her. Anyways, it's food for thought. I'm not saying you have to end. I'm not saying you should. I was just like,
no,
this
not
is
at
a
all."
lot to take in and a lot to think about what you want to do. You seem to be on board. I know Lincario is on board. So I was just like, give it some thought. Give some thought as to what you want to build. And I will just inform her. That platform where her castle is might be off limits. That construction area is definitely 100% off limits.
Yeah, and then
I have
we have
way
to
too much planned for that area.
Gotta
But
clarify that one.
it's
But
always going to be something like that. Like, if you have an area or you have a project, we can leave it alone. We'll find something else. Like, just don't sit on it. Be like, oh, I got a plan. I got a plan 3 months later. Yeah, I was going to do that. I haven't. 3 months later, I had got none of that. If you have a plan, work on it. If not, Don't worry about it. Like, we really need to worry. I'm worrying too much. I'm starting to ramble. CO
I've
inspect.
noticed that with even, well, it depends, right? What project? Some people, there was one example. It's too bad. I hate to say it. It's unfortunate, like the way that Luminary Star was project, but then they up to it.
College happened. I'll be helping you.
That's
I'll
my
be
one.
helping you. Um. Actually, if we're going to just move things to a new place, not move, build new things, because I'm all, aside from some of the stuff Monster Matt had, I'm all for just building new stuff because it helps give a real feel to the what's likely going to be the last streamer town. Um, except for some of the stuff that's in Monster Matt's town. Like, I will show you what I mean. Warp Monster Town. Um, TP. Oops.
Oops. Oh,
That. Light Gazer and then Clifford to Light Gazer. Alright, this is Monster Mat Town.
right.
Like, some of the builds, like Hiryu's place, maybe not. Like, I might move Reptar, but I built that for him as a welcome back. Like, he has his hotel here. He had some of the stuff on Ascension. And he built the hotel, which honestly is not that much. Sky Island?
Island.
What Sky Island?
Not sure what you're referring to. And you mentioned in the comments there, it was lovely once Horizon launched. Yeah,
When Horizon launched,
the
we had like 40 people. It was wonderful.
was
And then you had some of the stuff from her. Oh, yeah, Fly Up. That was the next thing.
oh yeah. I think it showed me this a while back. That whole Dragon Ball thing.
Yeah, this is the Dragon Ball thing. Like something like this, can't necessarily ask you to rebuild. I can't necessarily rebuild this myself. I might just take it and put it somewhere over there and be like, you know, you know, here you go. I'm not going to necessarily concern yourself. Yeah, Dragon
Yeah,
Ball Z. It's Kami's Lookout. He's a big fan of the anime. He built his Fortress of Doom in the cliff face on Horizons. He built a dragon there. He built a water palace, the Dragon Palace from a lot of different Japanese lore back there. And I'm just like, it's a shame to leave a lot of that behind. Um, and it's already so hard for him to move, move or change or stuff. So I might just take this one and put it over there in Linkario Town. I might. There's a few other things like if this is Hiryu's and he wants to just move it, I probably can. Yeah, that's Hiryu. Like, I know the castle is huge and all, but come on. Look at all the work that was done to make this.
a lot of it.
Like, that's a thing. I could move that. I might be able to move that too. Reptar, I built it in a day. It was creative mode. It was only a gift. I'm not concerned with that. But it's like a you remember what I was telling you when we were moving around in when you were moving from Luminary Town 2 to Luminary Town 3 on Horizon or on Ascension. I look at how much effort was put into the build and how valuable that build was. Like something like this hotel, I like the idea. There's ideas behind the memories. Maybe. Kiryu's house. Oh, it would be a shame to never see that again. That Dragon Ball thing. Oh, Monster Matt would be crushed if we just decided to move a new town without him being able to finish it, let alone have it. Like it's so hard. So I'd likely move it. Just so that, well, this is his town. You see all his builds here. Do you see anyone else here? Even when he was streaming, it's the same thing.
Doesn't look.
So I'm like, some of these things I actually would move. Go back to Luminary Town. Let's see if I can actually do this. Clifford, comma. Oh, okay. So it's not going to actually let me. Mine the sweet bushes. Now you look here. This is Luminary Town. Okay. I look at the same kind of effort kind of deal. What was done, all these builds, removing a lot of the sentimental value. Like I see a house, I see a lava gen, I see Clifford stables, I see some of your builds, I see the farm. The most work of anything in this entire town is going to be the house right here.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And your farm.
Yeah.
Like that is the most work of anything in Luminary Town. And I'm just like, do I port a windmill? No. Nah. There's no. Blue Tempest built that. He built that. Of course Blue built that.
But yeah.
You built the barn, he built that. There's this farm, and I'm just like, you compare that to, oh, you have the docks here. These docks look nice, actually. But again, do you port them? No. Why? Because it's like these are functional. A nice job, Clifford.
Nice.
Actually, no, I take that back. There is one other thing that does have a lot of work put into it. Believe it or not. Other than the star that's not finished. This thing, right here. Oh, I lost you.
Oh, that was Clifford. That was you.
To this way. Back to the star. That thing.
Oh, yeah.
The bridge.
Yeah.
That bridge is probably one of the best builds in Luminary Town. That and your farm. Because I'm looking at all that, I'm like, there's a lot of work that's put into this. Not just work, but detail. I'm not about to port a bridge. Like, that's just not happening. But, like, it's just, some things might get ported, but in Luminary, I'm just like, if you were to teleport builds from one place to another, what would you teleport? I honestly can't think of anything. Like, even from my own mountain cliffside, I was starting to build a storage area, the beginning workings of a temple. Here, I can actually show you. Ignoring the horrible, horrible bridge. Come inside. You don't even have to jump. You can just walk right up there. Like, look at this. The architecture, the lights, the stairway down. Like, there's a lot of work here, too.
Yeah.
And even this, I wouldn't port.
Right.
And I'm just like, you know. So, it's the same thing. Like, even here, with all the work that I put in here, and I've spent days making this. Oh, hi, darkness, my old friend. It's like, I wouldn't port that. If there was a temple structure, maybe. But I moved here because it looked like you needed a friend, and for that same reason, I feel we should just move to what's probably going to be the final town. So,
Yeah.
give some thoughts as to what you guys want to build and where. You guys saw the layout. Don't build where the construction area is. Off limits for obvious reasons. Don't build in that center platform because I don't know what Linkario has in mind for it. Right now, tentatively, I'm going to say anything else is going, and we're just going to be a laissez-faire. You don't have to really check things by everyone else. It's just, if you see someone intending to build there, don't be a dick, I guess. Like, I don't want to stand there and start having the hammer out. Oh, you shouldn't build there. Or, yeah, that person had there, so you need to move. I don't want to do that. All right?
And it's the comfort too. I don't want to have that old. I feel uncomfortable because this house host. Just as an example, I've had that happen a couple of times. Say about that. But that's another thing too, is when I don't have knowledge of it, go ahead and do that. Like, oh, I'm gonna build super close to somebody and then I don't even know it. That is,
Yeah, we won't be building super close. Like, you have my house there. It's there.
yeah,
If you're just like, I feel like being near Light Gaze, or I'm going to build this thing, or I'm going to build this thing, or the studios. I'm going to build Luminary Studios here. I got a nice view of. Oh God, what is that? I have a nice view of that. Great. But it's like you're not super close. You're within walking distance, and that's honestly how it's gonna. Where are my slabs? Where are my slabs? Those look like a spruce kind of deal. Where are my stairs? Those look like a spruce kind of deal. Yeah, that looks better. Nah. Anyways. So we won't be necessarily too close to each other. Like, we already know all those rules. Like, how these houses are, that's fine. We're not going to be like 1 block away. We're not going to be like 5 blocks away. We're going to give a respectful distance. Like, we already know how that's going to work. If so, don't worry terribly too much about it. If you have questions, well, we all have DMs, right? We could just DM or place signs and ask. It's not that big of a deal.
Of course, Sam. If I could take like, oh, what's up with this flat land over here? Just as an example, I'll be like, above it, is that appropriate to build there? You know, something like obvious. Okay, then I haven't just as a
Basically, if it's suddenly developing or something. But even then, it's not like we're on all the time.
no,
Most of us just log on just a few hours, maybe a week, if that. Um, just shoot me a DM and I can find out, or shoot the other person a DM, or place a sign down and say, "Hi, what is this? Can I build here?" And an answer will come. If an answer doesn't come within like a week or something, which is, probably when you're going to log on next, go ahead and build, I guess. If it upsets someone, they can move to a different spot. Like it's not going to be that big of a deal.
right.
Like it's really not. If they terraform the place to be nice and flat or whatever, I can help them do it again or something.
Yeah. Well, with all that being said, there's like enough value really to move much. Like, okay, that's like a marker for the star, like you mentioned. Well, like when I was reading through
Oh,
your DM and stuff, but
you want to know what I do want to move? What I really wish I could? That cliff face. The whole reason we even
yeah,
picked this place. Your cliff face that looks like the far lands. Uh, I wish we could have that, but no.
that's
Like that is one of my favorite terrain generations. Is exactly that.
that's like that cliff like
Alas,
that. Yeah, that was the main kind of the reason why I picked in the first place. On up there. Well, that's not much you can do with that, fortunately. However, I would have.
all right, all right. So we good for we good for the day?
I'd
Clifford,
say
I'm sorry we haven't really done much other than take a tour down memory lane and show off the new area a bit. I really am sorry about that. But on the flip side, you get to learn a lot about lore about something you never knew existed. Like,
exactly.
whoever thought there would be a mining camp and a flipping crane and a giant castle? Well,
Hey,
you might
you
have known
know
about
it.
the castle.
It's a highlight of like what's going on, like what's new, changing for the new year. You know, oh, what's a time a new chapter? I I don't know how to describe it. you know,
That's another thing. While I have you, Clifford, with Aaron W. Gaming, like you see a lot of how his builds had practicality, and while that's really well and good and all, you'll notice that I had your complete attention for an entire hour, just
yeah,
trying to show off stuff like the crane and how a mining camp of armor stands has a well for fresh water and a giant lookout tower. I had your entire attention for an hour just trying to explain lore. Lore for a castle that needed stone and none of it was even needed. And yet, when you think about that, that that lore is even better than mining out the quarry. Like, I could get all the stone all day, every day. I could set up the beacon. I could mine that straight to bedrock and give you all the stuff. That's not nearly as fun as trying to explain why there's a giant hole to bedrock. Oh, that looks neat. Why there are a bunch of armor stands around it? Why is there a crane next to that? Huh? Wait, why? Oh yeah, it was a massive mining operation, so we built a crane. But you don't need a crane. I built one anyway. Oh, okay. What else did you do? Well, that's where the fun in Minecraft. You make up your own story. And when Aaron starts to realize that, he'll have a lot more fun with Minecraft. Until then, it's he'll struggle a bit. I imagine he still might play. I just don't know. I digress. My throat. I'm in so much pain. I need to log off and get some medicine because my throat's in so much pain right now. It was doing fine until 2 minutes ago. All right. I'm gonna take the E-fly away from you.
Well, what I'll do is right now I'm resting myself up. No, I did. I mean, just that this something, just something we had to. We wouldn't have known about it. Put it that way. Uh, everything done and which all well.
Yeah, I actually had fun.
I did
Despite the
though.
pain, I had fun.
Well, I'm glad. Get fun considering how you feel. It's the good part.
I love lore. All right, I'm gonna log off. You guys have a good one. I'm sorry if I was boring or dominated chat. Thank you both for being a part of Spinalcraft. I this is probably one of my favorite days. Also, before I forget, you may have seen a name on Spinalcraft called Ivory Drary or something like that.
Yeah.
That guy used to be called Drigpa, and he was a like 8, 9 years ago. He was one of the we built. You want to say Lincario's castle is built big, okay?
Yeah.
Her cast, they built a castle, okay, and they built a town. They built more than one town. They built not a windmill crop side. They built a farmland country, entire cliff faces with trolls, like actual trolls that roam the mountainsides. They built a castle that makes hers look like a wooden box by comparison. And they did all of that just for Drigpa. And they even named it Drigpa Castle.
Oh wow.
So when you see him, know that on this server, he has an entire like legacy of everything. Like I could spend an hour just trying to find it. It's so massive. Um and it has the original battleship, it has the original everything. By the way, have you guys logged into the skill-based gaming center today to try to get more tickets or tokens so you can
Oh,
get your own 3x3 mining pickaxe?
something
You
I
should
should do
use it right
before
now.
I get off. You speak.
Oh, you don't have to. Just type /spawn.
Oh, oh yeah, that's already. It does. There we go. Yeah, if I remember correctly, go to that. Is the bin thing.
Yeah, 4.
Oh yeah, it's one per. It'll set yet.
1. I was hoping to get the achievement. Now, with the 2 of you here, there is one thing you can do. Anything you do here will carry over to the new town, so feel free to do it. And if you wanted to, if you really wanted to, you could play a game of Battleship together and end the stream on Bone Meal. I'm sorry. Like, they have multiplayer Battleship if you wanted to. Or you could save that for another day.
Okay, Cliff. I was 9200.
It can.
True.
I actually like the shulker box. I could always use another good shulker box. But bone meal is great until you build a bone meal farm. Once you have a bone meal farm, it's just like I have all the bone meal I could ever want forever.
Huh. 142 tokens.
It's more than me. I only won 41.
Huh. Not.
I never do an item. It's because most all the items you could get from there, I could get on my own anyway. So
Like
I
Jerry
want
Sapling.
tokens so I can get more tickets. Because my favorite game right here, Clifford. You might have seen some of the prizes. This push puzzle that's here. This one's my favorite, and it's not hard to win either. If you're even remotely decent at it, you'll never lose. So it's like you need tickets to get the cookie. You need tickets to get the 3x3 hammer. So only one way to do it, you know?
Yeah.
I digress. I'm gonna log off. I'm in pain. And the ticket for the slip. You need the tickets for all these wonderful things. Like a stick with knockback 10. You get hit with that, you go flying. You want a creeper to get away from you? This is how you do it. You want a sword with looting 4? They got it. You want a bow with infinity and mending? This is the place. By the way, that bow doesn't exist in normal Minecraft. You can't get mending and infinity on the same bow. You can't get sharpness 4. You can't get the 3x3 area. All of that is stuff you can't get. So, there's only one way to get tickets. By playing the games.
By playing the games
So.
and
Here's the daily thing. But all of that gets you tickets. Or all of that gets you tokens. Tokens is what you need to play the game. How does the slip cookie work? Well, you purchase it, and then either you use it or you give it to a friend, and the moment you do, you get another slip. All you do. You eat it and get another slip.
They're all labeled well and what's available.
All right. I'm going to log off. Are you raiding or are you just going to end? If you're raiding, I'll raid wherever you go. If you're ending, I'm just going to go and get some hot tea or something.
To be honest, I'm probably going to hit raid for today. Other than that, thanks for showing us. Appreciate it. Something interesting to look forward to, and everyone else will.
Good night, Clipper. Good night, Luminary. I might be able to pop in your later stream. I don't know. Pain's a thing, and I'm not a big fan of pain.
In that case, great day. Well, all that being said, good night to everyone. We're definitely gonna call it a stream here. It is that time of day for me. I gotta get more important. More important. There's also that. I'll see you later, guys. Hope for. I'll be. All during the day. Did all that for now. Play some. Again, there's gonna be no raid. And we'll take any necessary. Clifford on. Well, said I'm gonna put craft to normally on it. Or should be. Take care, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, guys. Thanks for joining us.